Yo, what's happening? Today's the 26th of May of 2016. It's Thursday. It's not Sunday, but we're here. Let's shave. This is the first time that I've shaved since Sunday. So I have a lot of growth. That's what I have. Today's brush is going to be Simpsons Chubby 3 Manchurian in a butterscotch ting. Today's soap is Barrister and Mann Fougere Imperiale in a tallow configuration. There it is. It's very good. Let's go ahead and load whilst we talk and get out this 5 pounds of water in this brush. It's been a while since I've used either of these Barrister and Mann Fougeres, or the black label one for that matter, Baudelaire. Yeah, man, I'm hype. Today was a bit of a miserable day, only because I've just been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting to get this day over with, at least the 8 to 5 part of it at least. So now that the 8 to 5 part of today is over, I won't have enough time to do what I want to do. So, let's go ahead and... Woo, yo, that's a lot more hair than I'm used to having. That's alright, this brush is loaded to the hilt. You know, I'm not sure which one of these Barrister and Mann Fougeres I like better. This one is really, really good. Aromatique is very, very good as well. So, you know what? Until the next time that I use either of these soap, this one is the one that I prefer. Likely to change? Probably will. They're both incredible. This one, I don't know, maybe this one's aged really nicely or something, because I always like the scent of this soap, but man, this one just smells a lot nicer than I remember. Excuse me. This brush, or any brush actually at this point, to be honest, would feel weird having all this stubble to contend with when building a lather, but that's all right. That is all right. This is not the backboniest of my Chubby 3s. Quite frankly, I think this is the softest of them all. It's a good brush though. I do like this one. Man, this stuff smells good. It really does smell alive. And I don't mean alive like it'll get up and walk away. It just, I don't know, it just has just a very dense green living quality about it. I mean, I don't know how to explain it. But it is quite good. Reminds me a decent amount of Topanga Fougere from John Brown and the Los Angeles Shaving Soap Company. So today is the last day that I have to to get everything taken care of before I fly out tomorrow morning. I do have an early flight. Yeah, this is pretty good right here. Excuse me. I have an early flight tomorrow. I prefer to leave in the morning. And if I remember correctly, TYS, which is the airport code for the airport here in Knoxville. Today's razor, to deal with this growth, we've got an above the tie R2 with a Gillette 7 o'clock Super Platinum, old school Super Platinum. These ones aren't made anymore. Let's get to it. Yeah, I like to leave as early as possible when flying for pleasure. So tomorrow's flight is slated for takeoff at 5:45 Eastern. You heard me, 5:45 a.m. I don't know if I want to do the park and fly thing, because they don't have like legit park and flies here like they do in, you know, larger cities. The park and fly here is an airport that is pretty close to the hotel. It's a Hampton Inns and Suites, I think is what it is. It's not covered, and I don't like that. I don't want to leave my car completely unattended the entire time that I'm gone, you know? But by the same token, I'm also leery of relying on Uber being available here at that time of morning, because quite frankly, I don't think that it'll happen. So yeah, we'll see what happens. This razor is flying. It's been a while since I've had this much growth to mow down. And it feels very good. I was agonizing yesterday on what to include in my kit for this weekend to shave with, but I think I got I was able to piece together a half decent little kit to travel with. So yeah. You know, I've got a lot going on and have had a lot going on over the past year and some change, and I've got big fish that I'm trying to fry, you know? So, you know, I'm not as overly excited as I was in years past, believe it or not, for the festival, that is, which starts Saturday. So, you know, I do get hype about it when I'm talking to you guys, because this is just a very relaxing thing, shaving. You guys know it, you know. If you sit here and watch a grown man shave for 20-something minutes, then you feel the same way that I do, in that shaving is very much a relaxing thing. So yeah, you know, the brain is not as heavy when I'm talking to you guys, and that's cool. I appreciate you guys listening. But yeah, I'm not a hype. Usually by this time I have like a list of people that I absolutely will not miss. I don't have that this year. There's a lot of people I do want to catch, not the least of which is a gentleman by the name of Claude Young, who is a monster DJ. Although I do understand he plays more house these days than techno, which is good. I do like house a lot. He's playing against somebody, and I don't quite remember who it is. I think I mentioned it actually in one of the videos. But yeah. So there's the Claude Young situation. I know Carl Craig, who was, you know, there's like the first generation guys, you know, the first three, and you can say four if you want to include Eddie Flash and Folks. But there's that absolute very first generation. And there was a guy called Carl Craig that was pretty much, he's like generation 1.2. I don't even want to call him the second generation, you know, a second wave techno guy, because he was there pretty much from the beginning. He was Derek May's protege. Derek May, of course, one of the original Belleville 3. And he usually plays on Monday, which is the closing day of the festival. And he usually plays an afternoon set. Now, he usually plays at the main stage. Usually showing right around 3 p.m. or so. He's actually closing out a stage this year, and I don't closing out one of the days at the stage, at whatever stage it is that he's playing. I don't think it's the Made in Detroit stage. Actually, that's exactly who it is. Hold on a second. That's exactly who it is that Claude Young is playing against. So, man, I think I'm going to have to go with Carl Craig on this one. Simply because, yeah, I think I'm going to have to go with Carl Craig. And man, that burns. Because even though I have seen Carl Craig more times than I've seen Claude Young, hold on a second. I've never seen Claude Young or Carl Craig under these circumstances. Highlight set. Well, I mean, he's always been highlight set, but I've always seen him like in very intimate spaces, or his recreation of an intimate space, which is, you know, what he usually does when he has that afternoon slot on the main stage in the afternoon. He's one of those dudes that gets on the mic, and he's always he never really holds back whenever he does jump on the mic. Carl Craig's a good dude. Buddy. So tomorrow I will arrive at the airport. I've got 2 flights. I've got a connecting flight in Atlanta. I like Atlanta Airport. My preferred airline is Delta. Every time I've flown on a Delta jet, it's just always been a better impression than like United or American or whatever, or US Air. Charlotte. But, yeah, they've always made a much better impression on me than any of the other airlines. Not to mention, when I go to visit my family in Puerto Rico, I always fly Delta. And the Atlanta airport, I know it very well, and I always give myself, it's a serious airport, you know, it's like, by the number of people moved, it's the busiest airport in the world, if I'm not mistaken. And if it's not, it used to be, and it was for quite some time. Excuse me. I gotta make sure whoever it is that sits next to me Has the smoothest dome W possible, you know what I mean? Get these touch-ups. Touch-up alert! So yeah, got a 2-hour layover in Atlanta. I'm gonna hang out in the Sky Lounge, get myself some breakfast, have myself some alcohol. I don't think I'm really gonna drink like I usually do at the festival this year. I've aged a lot in this last year, and I don't think I can hang like I did even just last year. Although, it makes it easier. There's a bartender. Well, there was a bartender. I never did get the guy's name. But there was a bartender that was in VIP that used to take care of us. The first year, he was like, yo, I like you guys. Me and my people, my crew, my friends, excuse me. He's like, yo, I like you guys. So I was like, yo, we like you too. So he was there the next year. The first year of the modern era was 2011. So my brother was the one that noticed. He was like, yo, that's the guy from last year that hooked it up mega. And I was like, oh, snap. So he remembered me. And I was like, yo. So I gave him a little stack of money. And I was like, listen, man, take care of me all weekend. That's for you. Take care of me all weekend. And he took care of me every weekend. My friends all did the same thing. He made some loot off of us. And he got all of us very drunk. Every single day. For cheap. I don't remember what your name is, my man, but I miss you, buddy. And I think that's it. 17 minutes. This was very short. You know what? Actually, now that I think about it, I think I did kind of like an across. Wow, my grain pattern on my neck kind of does this thing, like it goes out. You know what I'm saying? So I think I just went kind of across and then straight to an against the grain pass, and wow, my skin is not, my neck I should say, is not angry with me. This is a good pairing, I'd say, this blade and razor. These actually are excellent blades. I don't have very many of them left, but they play really well in whatever I throw them in. Wow. So that's that. Today's aftershave is going to be the Mist Fougere Classique. The reason it's in this bottle is because I missed out on the very initial batch of it, and I had to buy it from some kid off Reddit, and the dummy put it in a padded envelope. Come on, man. He put it in a padded envelope, and it did develop a crack in the bottle, so I had to put it in this bottle, and I lost a decent bit of that aftershave, and I was not the least bit happy about it. But man, this stuff has just... it's continued to get better in the bottle. It's been a while since I've used these Barrister and Mann Fougeres. And man, they're good. No wonder, well, yeah. I do get a kind of Clubman-y sort of thing from this aftershave, but this is leagues better than Clubman, and I love Clubman. So that's a credit to both, and that is it. Sunday. Hope you guys have a good week, rest of the week. Hopefully you guys don't have to work tomorrow, if you're in the States, because it is a holiday weekend. I hope you don't have to work this weekend, and I will see you guys on Sunday. Peace.